WWE Fastlane has just happened, so I thought I'd do a super quick review because it's like 4 in the morning and I have uni, so I should probably get some sleep. Basically, to start off with, this pay-per-view I could not predict for the life of me. Like, with all the matches, I had no idea which way it was going to go. It was just quite difficult to fully figure it out. So yeah, I mean, we had the kickoff show, um, and really all I got from the kickoff show was like, I love Dean's promo. It made me actually care about the IC title. Um, and then we had like Ask Usos, which seemed really pointless because they answered like 3 questions. We saw that obviously Eva Marie and Cameron were representing at the Oscars. Miz TV I really enjoyed because I thought this was going to be the point where Sandow and Miz fell out. But obviously, like, you saw how over Sandow was, how much the crowd loves him. But like Heyman's promos now, all his promos about Brock are pretty much the same promo, so I wasn't too big on this. The overall like opening and style of Fastlane, this is when it fully kicked off. Now I actually quite enjoyed. So first up we had Rowan, Dolph, and Ryback versus the Authority. I really kind of did expect Rowan, Dolph, and Ryback to win this one. And yeah, I expected Randy Orton to make his return. So you had like Dolph and Seth starting, and really with this one, like Dolph and Seth, I love their styles, and this is the first match where I realised just how fun Ryback can be to watch as well. But for me, like whenever Kane or Big Show got in, and even sometimes when Rowan was in, it sort of pulled it down for me and got quite boring. But simple stuff like the fact that all the Authority members were working the leg of Rowan, stuff like that, I'm like, it makes sense, it has logic behind it, which I like. The overall ending with Dolph getting KO punched, I didn't think it was great. It was an okay opener, and obviously Authority got the win. And as soon as Authority started doing the beatdowns and stuff, I was like, I'm so fed up of this. Like, I just find it so boring now whenever this happens. But obviously Orton came back and had a fucking RKO party, which was absolutely brilliant. And just happy that he's back, so I'm assuming we will get him and Seth at WrestleMania. And the WrestleMania advert, by the way, is just awesome when they bring up how many days are left. I really like that. We got Stardust versus Goldust. So Stardust had like new attire, I guess, kind of. I like the fact that they're making it a big family storyline, but I was like, please continue to Mania. And then when the match ended, everyone was kind of like, that was a botch, that was a terrible end, like the referee's hand didn't come down. But like the match itself, I was like, it just felt odd. Like Stardust was pretty vicious in the match, but I definitely felt they needed another one. But then Stardust comes out, he attacks Goldust after the match, and he says to Dusty, "You killed Cody," and he cut an amazing promo. So I think this will carry on, which is great. Then we had the tag team title match. Now Cesaro is just absolute pure gold in the ring. He's so exciting to watch. And I felt like Tyson's starting to find his way in WWE. Like he had a bit of time of not really doing much, but like the Usos usually really do deliver on pay-per-view. But I wasn't. They didn't really do a lot for me. But like the pace gradually did pick up. A lot of matches tonight were like that. And then yeah, Kid and Tyson I've got written here. Friggin' heck. um, Kid and Cesaro won the tag team titles. I was really shocked. I expected that the Usos were gonna win. But I'm so glad they're getting that sort of extra bit of a push. Then obviously we had the Sting and Triple H face to face, and Triple H uses WCW a lot and says how Sting went down with a sinking ship. That's really difficult to say. but he said he can do business with Sting and Sting can walk away. And then they had the brawl. Triple H brings in the equalizer, the sledgehammer. Oh, pardon me. Sting brings in the baseball bat and manages to pin Triple H in the corner, points at the WrestleMania sign, and then he fucking nails Triple H with the bat and the Scorpion Death Drop, and that was just awesome. Then my favourite diva of all time, Paige, came out. And then, obviously, the match. Like, I really do think Nikki has improved. Like, I think Paige is great in the ring, and Nikki, really, you can see great improvement there. Obviously, it was a bit of a wonky finish, so I'm hoping Paige will get another title shot, maybe at WrestleMania. Obviously, it was confirmed that we're getting Sting and Triple H at WrestleMania. Then we had Dean versus Bad News Barrett, which this was one of the matches I was most excited for because these are two of my top guys. It was a brawl, and so many of the hits that they were doing just looked absolutely brutal. But it was at this point where I was kind of like, this crowd is dead. Like, the crowd had done nothing, really. Bad News Barrett tried to walk away, but of course Dean stopped him. And then, like, this was another match ending where everyone was like, what the fuck just happened? Because Dean actually got disqualified. But the theme of this was Bad News Barrett keeps trying to run away. So for me, I was like, right, a cage match at WrestleMania then, you know? And Dean actually walked off with the belt. As soon as Undertaker's music hit, Twitter filled up with Undertaker's here. And I was there like, no, this is Bray. And obviously, Bray pops out of the casket, and he says he wants Undertaker's soul at WrestleMania. He says he no longer fears him, and Bray wants to be the new face of fear. So it was really cool. And also we're getting a Flintstones WWE movie. That was important to note, I feel. Rusev versus Cena, which I was like, I'm curious to see because I don't know what's going to happen. And then it was like pretty back and forth, and then it ended up just being this amazing match, which really took me by surprise. I was not expecting an amazing match out of these two. And Rusev, you know, he really did get his moves in. We also established that everything is the STF to Michael Cole. Cena put on a crossface, and he was like, oh, it's the STF. No, it's not. But I loved how you could see the aggression of the two of them, and I was getting more and more into the match. And then, obviously, Lana got involved. Cena was hit with a low blow and a big kick, and then he was put into the Accolade. But it was, with Cena passing out, it was that never give up attitude of Cena, but at the same time, Rusev looked like a beast. And I was just like, it was pretty cool. Then we came on to the main event, and the comment that I thought of, because it's something I think every time Roman comes out now, his attire, his music, and his entrance is just the Shield, and I was like, you need to let go, Roman, we're past that now. But I was thinking, Daniel came out to pretty much 2 yes chants, and I was like, this crowd really is just dead. They were fairly awake for the Cena-Rusev match. Another thing, because I didn't really notice this, because I'm just watching on my TV and it's pretty quiet, but apparently Cena was literally fucking shouting out the spots, and there was no noise from the crowd, so you could hear him. Oh no, don't restart. Don't do that, computer. Remind me tomorrow. But then it was like, more and more people were saying, Sheamus will come out, cost Daniel Bryan the match, and then we get Sheamus and Bryan at Mania, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, that's how it's going to end, that's what's happening. And then, like, with Roman Reigns selling, like, the fact that both of them remembered to sell throughout the match was good, it made it a good match. But with Reigns selling, every time he got hit with quite a big move, he'd fall down and pretty much just get straight back up, just holding whatever body part was hurting. But the slightest kick and he went flying, and I was a bit iffy on that. But like, Daniel Bryan was just beating the crap out of him for quite a while. And then it was it took me a while, but I did really start to get into the match. One thing I did notice, there was a poor woman who, when Daniel Bryan was doing the suicide dives, Roman kept flying back into the barrier and nearly knocking her silly. Bless her. But that was the thing, when Daniel Bryan was getting ready for that second knee, I was like, okay, here comes Sheamus. Roman hits the spear, and I was like, oh, Daniel Bryan's going to kick out. And then when it was the 3 count, I was like, what the fuck? So Roman just won clean. But I think it was all about proving to people that he could legit go at WrestleMania, and I think they kind of did this. I think the other thing is people seem to love Brock. Like, Brock's getting more and more over, and people are treating him like a face. So even if Roman went into WrestleMania and got a chorus of boos, you'd still have Brock there. And then the cool moment to sort of end it was the fact that Bryan shook Roman's hand and said, "You better kick his ass," and I just thought that was awesome. So it's like I said, these matches I just could not really predict what was going to happen for the life of me. All in all, I saw a comment which I kind of agree with, which was, it wasn't a pay-per-view, this felt like a glorified Raw, and in a way it really, really did. It wasn't a throwaway, it was just like pushing us to Mania, which I guess it's supposed to do, but it should have felt a lot bigger than I think it actually came off as. So yeah, as like I said, I'll get this uploaded tomorrow, which is good. So thanks guys, bye.